Today, we're going to dive into some really brilliant ideas from Richard Hall's book, The Secrets of Success at Work. We are going to unpack a concept that, honestly, could completely change the way you think about your career. It's all about finding your wow factor. Does that quote hit home for you? You know that feeling, right? You feel like you're stuck in this fog. You're working hard, you're busy, but you're not totally sure where it's all leading. It's super common, but man, it feels isolating. You want to do well, of course, but the path forward just seems kind of blurry. I mean, think about that for a second. Walk on water. It sounds pretty amazing, right? The idea of not just doing well, but hitting a state of performance where you feel like you just can't fail, where you feel completely unstoppable. Well, that's the big promise we're going to explore today: how to turn that career fog into a crystal clear path to success. Okay, so let's get right into it. What exactly is this wow factor? Well, wow actually stands for walk on water. It's that peak moment, you know the one. Maybe you've just absolutely nailed a huge presentation, or your boss pulls you aside with some incredible praise. It's when you are so completely in the zone that any challenge just feels possible. It's a moment of total, unshakable self-belief. So what does a wow moment look like in the real world? Well, it could be when you consciously decide to relaunch yourself, to change how people see you at work. Or maybe it's when you finally find your voice and become a challenger, the person who isn't afraid to question things. It could even be that amazing feeling of being accepted by peers you really admire. Or it could be the clarity that comes from finally laser focusing on what you truly want to do. Kind of like how Henry Hines stuck to his vision for his brand even when no one else got it. All right, so you're probably thinking, okay, I'm in. I want to walk on water. But how do you actually find that power? Where does it come from? Well, it's not some big secret hiding out there somewhere. According to the author, the journey starts by looking at the one person you've known your entire life, but maybe haven't really truly understood: yourself. And this right here is the absolute foundation for everything else. Think about it. Before you can figure out where you're going, you have to know what you're working with. Deep, honest self-knowledge isn't just a nice-to-have, some fluffy, feel-good exercise. Nope. It is the single most powerful tool you have for building a career that is genuinely right for you. Okay, so here's your first exercise, and it's incredibly simple but so powerful. Just draw 2 lines on a piece of paper. The one going across is for your skill level, from not so good at to good at. The one going up and down is for how much you enjoy it, from don't like to like. Now start plotting out your day-to-day tasks. Are you amazing at data analysis, but secretly it bores you to tears? That goes in the bottom right. Do you absolutely love coaching new team members, but you feel like you still have a lot to learn? Top left. Now, that top right quadrant, the stuff you're good at and you love doing, that's the gold mine. That's where your wow factor lives. So you've done the internal work. You've mapped out what you think about your own skills and passions. That's a huge step. But, and this is a big but, it's only half the story. The next really critical question you have to ask yourself is this: how does everybody else see you? And this brings us to the 360-degree view. Now, listen, this is not about being a people pleaser or changing yourself to fit in. Not at all. This is about strategy. This is about gaining insight. When you understand how you're perceived by the key people in your life, your boss, your colleagues, your clients, you gain an incredible amount of power. It lets you manage your impact and, honestly, market yourself way more effectively. The poet Robert Burns said it best, right? To see ourselves as others see us. Well, this is your chance to do just that. Think about it. What would your boss say are your biggest strengths? What about your peers, your clients, even your family and friends? Just trying to fill this out can shine a huge spotlight on your blind spots, the things you just don't see about yourself. Okay, so we've looked at skills, passions, and how other people see us. Now we're going to go deep. We're going to get to the absolute bedrock of it all. This last part of the self-knowledge puzzle is all about building a solid foundation of confidence. It's about taking stock of what you've done and who you are at your very core, so you can build this unshakable sense of self-worth. And here it is, your self-belief wall. Look at how it's set up. The bottom 2 rows of bricks, that's your foundation. These are your greatest personal characteristics, the stuff that makes you you. The top 2 rows, those are your achievements, things you're proud of, both personal and professional. So what are the bricks that build you? And here's a great example to get you started. This is actually the author's own wall. What I love about this is that it's a mix of everything. You've got leading businesses and captaining 4 cricket teams right next to having fun and laughing a lot. And look at that foundation: not frightened of failure, enthusiasm, energy. You see, this isn't a resume. This is a monument to your true identity. So to wrap up this whole journey of self-discovery, here's your checklist. It all starts with the mirror, looking at yourself honestly. Then you find your maximum capability using that 4-box grid. After that, find mentors who can help you grow. Super important, manage your ego. Listen more than you talk. And finally, get all those different points of view to build that 360-degree picture. This is your toolkit. This is your map out of the fog. And we're going to leave you with this really powerful thought from the legendary CEO Jack Welch. After all these exercises, all this digging deep, it all comes down to this one critical choice. Finding your wow factor is about taking control. It's about you actively and consciously deciding on your own destiny. Because if you don't, you can be sure that someone or something else will.